Alofa and welcome back to my channel, everyone. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Meehan Faasoa of the My Fob Journey. Thank you for joining me, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I would also like to say a big whawhitai telelava to all my wonderful families and friends who have sent through their love and support, as well as the birthday wishes. Thank you all so very much. On that first video that I've uploaded in the launching of this channel, whawhitai telelava from the bottom of my heart. And I also would like to say a few shout outs to some of these wonderful people on YouTube, on the YouTube community, our polytubers, whom I've reached out to for their love and support for my channel. And yes, they were kind enough to check that video out, and with the lovely comments that they left on there. So thank you all so very much, guys. And I will also leave their links to their channels in the description box below. So here they are. To Auntie Faye of Faye Vids, Sharon and Desiree of Sharon and Desiree Eats, Cooking with Rona, all the way from the United States, Mowena Petaya of the Measina Treasures of Samoa, Vincent Schmidt of the Faasoa Manuia, Karen Meehan of the Karen Meehan Skincare and Nutrimedics, as well as Tuan Tran Fitness Coach. Again, thank you all so very much for your love and support for my channel. And yes, I greatly appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Please bear with me if I keep looking down at my notes, as I so don't want to miss out on anything that I want to talk about on this video. So for all those of you who have watched that first video and subscribe to my channel, whawhitai telelava. And for those of you who haven't, please click on that red subscribe button down there, and yeah, come along with me on my fob journey. I would also like to put it out there that I am not here to brag or anything. As we can all understand that who would want to brag about a $70,000 mistake, I would also like to make a disclaimer that I am not a qualified financial advisor. Please, everything that I shared on here is my story and my experiences. I am not telling you what to do with your money, but I just want to share my story, and with the hope that it might, because not everyone is on the same boat as I am. Maybe my $70,000 of debt is different from what you have. Maybe you only have $1,000, or maybe you only have a $500 of debt, or maybe you don't have any debts, which is like, with that, I am so happy for you. Just keep on doing that. You are ahead of the game. As you can see from the title of this video, this week my family celebrates our 2-year anniversary of being debt free, and I can't stress enough how grateful I am to be out of debt. 2 years since we paid that all off, and it's given me a peace of mind knowing that I don't owe anybody anything. It's just my mortgage, as I've shared in my first video. And also creating of this YouTube channel, I understand that I need to be transparent with you all, so I will go into details of what sort of dates that we had, and all that. So yeah, and the way I want to share my message is that not just talking, but I will provide examples as well of how I look at dates. I come up with this example This is what I have here at home, and I put some stickers on there. This red dots on here represents all the debts that we had. The one down the bottom is my mortgage. The first dot represents a Westpac credit card, another Westpac credit card, ANZ credit card. This is a Q card. This is a personal loan, and this is a Samoa loan. I will explain a little bit on that, even though I don't need to pay interest on that. In 2010, I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to come over and study in New Zealand for a period of 1 year, and the whole time that I was away, I would still be able to get paid from my employer. So I was grateful for that, because of course that will make that time away from home a little bit easier, knowing that my dear husband and kids are taken care of, you know. So yeah, that's what that last dates is on there. I just want to share with you a backstory of where I come up with the idea of like changing our mindsets and change the way we look at our finances. In 2017, at that time, I was working as a quality assurance at the company that I used to work at here in the Mid-Canterbury. Part of that role, I need to attend weekly meetings with two of my supervisors at our manager's office. So of course we discuss our results and all that, and look at ways of how to improve. And we often got told that it is important to know our numbers. So it got me thinking that here I am working so hard to improve the numbers at work. But what about my numbers? For my family, I am the one that responsible for handling our finances. So I came home and discussed with my husband that we need to change our ways, and we need to start to pay off all these debts, because it's not fun transfer money from the checking account to, you know, to the credit cards, and yet we keep swiping our credit cards, you know, buying this, and you know, we're not really paying attention to it. And together with that mindset that it's okay, like we will get our money next pay and all that, because what am I trying to achieve? I was very grateful for one of my supervisors at work at the time. He was one of my greatest motivator. He always advised me to that if I want to live a peaceful life, then get that monkey off my back. Sometimes we have to realize of how God's grace and guidance over our lives. He will put people in front of us and around us to help us with, you know, something that we're struggling with. I considered him as one of my blessings, because he himself is debt free, and he's also mortgage free, which is quite an inspiration. As we all know, like we need to learn from people who have done it themselves. So of course, like talking with my husband of how to, you know, change our ways, it was hard to convince him, because, and I totally understand. So I was never serious, like that's how he looked at the whole situation. Is like, okay, Nia, you say this now, and then come next week or the week after you do something else. But thank God that wasn't the case. I was determined to achieve that goal for my family. So from that day onward, I started my journey. So we started on the last week of June of that year, 2017, and just 2 months in, that's August. August 21st was my kid's birthday. They are 3 years apart, but they share the same birthday. So what I did that day, we were sitting at our dining table, you know, with their birthday cake, and I handed them 2 credit cards. So back to our example here, with all these debts, As I've mentioned before, the first 3 are credit cards. So what I did that day, like I gave them, like I take this one off, so that means that credit card is paid off, and this other one here. So that's how I started my journey. So what I did is, like, I gave them these 2 credit cards with a pair of scissors, and I gave it to them and told them to cut them off, and they did. And there's a reason why I did that, because I've explained to my kids of what our family's gonna commit to, and they were on board. Because for my family, my husband works night shift, and so pretty much it's just me and the kids at home. So it is us that go out to do our grocery shopping. Most of the time that we go in the shop with our shopping list, and sometimes I grab some things that it's not supposed to be put in the trolley, but my daughter would literally stop me and say, "Mom, do we really need to buy that?" My son's favorite line at the time is, "Mom, are we debt free?" You know, it started to become more fun, like it's not a stressful journey anymore, because we're doing it as a family. I didn't do it on my own. Yes, as the numbers starts coming down, my husband was on board. And I'm telling you, once you're on the same page as your husband or partner, it creates a momentum. It makes everything worth going for, like, because everyone is on the same page. So on the next video, I will be talking about some of the things that we did and how we managed to achieve that goal of being debt free. Again, the debts that I'm referring to here is personal debts, like credit cards, personal loans, car loans, and all those kind of things. So going back to our example here. So just imagine for a second that this is a bucket, and our goal is to fill it up with water. So as you all know, if we have all these holes in our bucket, there is no way that we can fill it up. There is no way we can achieve that goal. It's going to be hard, but you can make it fun. And if you know your goal in life and what you're trying to achieve, it will be achieved. Like, I'm talking from my experience. So with the example again, this is your account. I'm referring to this to your account. And the water that you put in is your income, you know, your hard-earned money that you work for day in, day out, every week. So your money goes in, and of course it comes out, like, because these needs to be paid. But if we plucked all these holes off, of course it's going to be, you know, that goal is going to be achieved. And just think of, if you paid them all off, just think of the overflow that it will be. Like, you know, what are you going to do with it? Just imagine of how peaceful will that be. And with the overflow, imagine how many lives you can touch, and how many people you will be able to help. Not in a show-off way, but, you know, sometimes in life, God will put something in your heart. If you see something that you know, you want to help out with, of course you will do it, because you have the means to do it. What I'm trying to say here is that the goal is not to have lots and lots of money. The goal is to have a peace of mind. And we can do that by achieving, you know, by paying off our debts and be responsible with our money. And the good thing for you to know is that you created it, and nobody else will do it for you. It's like, I was the problem, and I need to fix that problem, you know. I am the problem, and I am the solution as well. And being debt free is just wonderful, you know. There's no stress knowing that you don't owe anybody anything. and it opens up a whole lot of options in front of you. For myself, being debt free, we're able to make triple payments on our mortgage. That is something that I wouldn't even thought that it can be done. But yes, because you have nothing else to pay. Of course, we have our living expenses, our utility bills like the electricity and the internet. It allows you to do more than you used to have with all these debts. The other thing that I have achieved out of this is that in the beginning of this year, I note down, like, one of my goals is to go back to study. And yes, I'm able to achieve that because of being debt free. And there's no way that I can allow my family to go back into debts. So of course, my tuition fees, I'm able to pay it for in cash. I didn't go in student loans. The other funny thing happened last week was my son came up to me and he was very excited and I said, "Mom, I'm debt free." And I said, "What do you mean, son?" And he was talking about an exercise that they do on their money management at school. And I was very happy for him because he was so excited. He said that, "Mom, I paid off my student loan. So now I'm able to," like, and he said that he will be able to save his money for his down payments for his home. And then the next minute he will say, "Mom, can I use some of this money to invest into buying some shares and all that?" It's amazing how our kids learn. As from me as a parent, it is very important that we share life lessons that we've learned, because there are no better people to learn from than within their own homes. And it was truly an amazing conversation that I had with him that day. I have a cousin of mine that used to live with us down here. They came from Samoa on the New Zealand quota as well. And I advised her of like all these tips that I'm living my life regarding finances. And she able to go to Samoa on a trip to visit families and our loved ones. And when she came back, she said to me that, "You know what, Nia? I did that with cash." To me, it gives me joy knowing that, I've been able to share that experience with someone, and it gives me that encouragement as well to, help somebody else. But if you think that this journey is going to be hard, please know it will be, but you can do things like to make it more fun. Because I'm here to tell you that my family went on a family holiday in Samoa to visit our families, and I'm a family of 4, so me, my husband, our 2 kids, and we were able to go on that trip all paid for, and that was in the middle of our debt-free journey. We didn't add any more debts on or even spend any credit cards on to pay for our fares and all that. No, it was all paid for in cash. And it's such a great experience to be able to come back and knowing that we're not, no debts is following us. Because what I did in the during our debt-free journey, we started up as like we put $1,000, just $1,000 in savings, and then work our way up on paying all of our debts. So as we go along, we tend to wanted to pump that savings up. Like, we pay our debts, and we also look at working on building our savings. And at that time, a total of $10,000, which is, again, it's something that we never ever thought that it can happen. Like, of course we can see those amounts in our credit cards, but I'm here to tell you that it can be done. Like, you can look at a number and just go after it. If it's a $1,000 savings that you need to build up, you can do it. If it's a $10,000 savings, you can do it too. And that savings helped us to pay for that wonderful trip that we took in 2018. So yeah, it's gonna be amazing. You will realize how much more you can do with your money if you really pay attention to it, like, you know. And if I would give you a piece of advice, pay those debts off and stay out of it. The sacrifice that you're gonna do to get out of debts is all worth it. And yeah, it doesn't matter how deep you are into debts, it can be done. It doesn't really matter too if you're watching this video and you are a solo parent or whatever situation that you're in. Anything can be achieved in life if we put our hearts and minds into it. I will be your cheerleader. I would also like to remind you that everything that we do in life, we're not doing it alone. God is walking with us through our journey and everything that we're going through in life. He is there to guide. He will place us in so many ways, sometimes in unexpected ways. Of course, we will still be making mistakes. I will share with you all, because even me being debt free, I still make mistakes with my money. And for those of you who are feeling overwhelmed at this time, just pray. Pray to God. He's there. He's guiding you. He's watching over you. And like He did to us and our journey, I am here to tell you that He will never leave us. He will always be with us. I'm talking from my experience, like through our 2 years of paying off our debts, like He always come through. And if you need some more encouragement going forward, I will continue to give out contents. And if you have any questions as well, just please leave it in the comments and I will answer it. And or even if you have something in mind that you want me to share on, I will try and do that, but only from if I experience it myself, because on this platform I'm not thinking of, you know, trying to pretend of, you know, to be somebody else. And you know, I will only share the things that I've experienced myself. I want to finish this sharing with you with a Bible verse. Another disclaimer, I am not a hardcore Christian. I don't go to church every single Sunday. No, I'm not that kind of person. My family do serve on first Sundays here at our mess. So yeah, those are the Sundays that Nia will definitely be attend to. But every other Sundays, it you know, it depends. So please know that I am just a normal person. Like, you know, I am not perfect. So the Bible verse that I want to finish our sharing with today is Proverbs 25:28. It says, "A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls." To me, like putting that verse from the Bible into a financial perspective, is that, you know, we need to have self-control in all that we do. You know, we need to enjoy the things that we have and not trying to impress other people or even fall into the trap of like having credit cards to fall back to. So once again, thank you all so very much for watching this video. Please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I encourage others too that have joined my channel to please mind the comments and just let us be free. Like, I'm sharing my mistakes on here, so Yeah, and if you are doing well with your finances, please leave that comment. Someone else might be inspired by your story, and please share it with someone that you know who really needs help regarding financial matters, and hopefully this video will help them. And please know that I appreciate each and every one of you, and I love you all. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next video. Whawhitai te le lava and till Faasoa.